Public service announcement. We know what you did.
Well. Surprise! Yeah, I know y'all see the ATL Sports end game. We decided to save y'all a nice little show. This is Falcons in Purgatory / Lamarus Jackson Onslaught finale. So, the mad scientists and Six Man have gifted me this Monday, and we're gonna talk about some difficult stuff. As you see, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows. The bird logo is on fire.
The bird logo is on fire.
It's on
Why?
fire
Why is it on fire?
because we's in purgatory.
Oh hell!
Falcons, you lied to us. You told us we were gonna outrun the South, and then we was gonna run towards the playoffs. It seems like we outran the South and we running from the playoffs.
No, you don't say.
Bad business, amigo. Bad business. So, before I get to my brothers, I don't know, Mike should be back. Before I get to my brother K Styles on the panel, I'm gonna get to these people in the comments because I know y'all been waiting and waiting and waiting, just like we waiting for a Super Bowl. So, in pole position, we got Deshaun Caswell, we got Andrew G, we got Three Dirty, and yes, this is gonna be interesting. We got Floyd Donnelly. We got let's see who else. We got Auntie Pam in the building. What's going on? We got Robert Ponder. We got D. Sloan. We got Eric Mack. We got Southside and A137 Sauce. And yes, this right here, Southside. Yes, they lied to us. We outran the South. Now we running back. Yes, absolutely. Butt naked cheeks and all. Shame. What's going on, Derek Hughes? So, let me get to my brothers on the panel. I want to thank the senator and Pi May for allowing me to come on here this Monday. But we got to my stage, right? We got Six Man, a.k.a. Pi May tonight. What's going on, Pi May? And how many people have you kicked in the stomach?
Yo, Tiger style cannot match with mine. As you think you're good, but you're not.
Okay. You put that dough? Put that dough.
What's going on, fellas?
At the bottom, we have the senator himself, Mad Mike Sports, a.k.a. Mad Mike Luciano. What's going on, Mike?
Sorry about that, having a little bit of technical difficulties, that's all.
Now, before I want y'all to get y'all Hennessy or your green tea and your bear cup, because this is going to be refreshingly painful. Yes. So, first off, let's go ahead and get to the sports news. All right. In the sports news, first off, we had some terrible news out of the Skanks camp that Mike, you want to say his name before I gag? But he Taysom Hill happened to be out with a possible season-ending injury. Is that correct?
It is.
Yeah.
A torn ACL is what I understand.
Ooh. And also in news out of the 49ers camp, Christian McCaffrey has had a season-ending injury with a torn PCL. I wish both of those fellas speedy recoveries and, you know what I'm saying, take time to heal and whatnot. And then in other news, we have something else that you guys may not be aware of, but you know we have a quarterback a sighting for the Falcons. Kirk has apparently shamed himself into a corner. We don't know if he's going to come out of that corner for this next game, but anything's possible. We'll keep you updated on the shaming. But as far as that goes, and the Falcons have seemed to outrun the South, but run away from the playoffs. So we'll keep you updated on that foolishness too.
Wait. I need you to say that again. It just confused me there for a second. What happened again?
Falcons have managed to outrun the South, but yet run away from the playoffs. They got to the playoff door and then put the car in reverse. And
Don't tell me that. Don't. I'm about to say shit. You rather run out of gas? Shit, that alternator went out. That's what happened.
Look. I'm trying to tell you that carburetor ain't carbureting.
Nah, that's not a good look right now.
Nope, it's not at all. Nope. And we're gonna shout out Jerome 69. What up, boy? We got Sonya Howe, we got Corey Gear 5. We got Andy Campbell. What's going on? He said Kirk going to run us up the trade block drafting. See, y'all already getting started.
So what you said is that Kirk Cousins is a Plies fan because he ran off on the plug twice.
I'm trying to tell you, and then they didn't pull it out the wall either; just left it there. So this right now, what's disturbing is you guys have seen the game, but what you have not seen is what Mike, K Styles, and myself have been noticing for the past couple weeks. And this question right here is the first one I'm gonna bring up. Is Kirk reverting back to Minnesota ways when in panic mode? Now, for a snapshot, and I'm going to let K-Styles take this one, I want to kind of put this into perspective. If anybody has seen last year's game, the 8 games that Kirk played in Minnesota, or any game for that matter, Kirk had 1 to 2 men on offense that he always went to. And we had this discussion earlier. And it seems he's getting himself, he's creating a bad habit in Atlanta when stuff does not work out. Instead of going into his, his 13-year bag. So, K-Style, go ahead and give me your thoughts on that.
Well, I'm glad you asked me to kick this off because what Juan is basically saying is what is noticed here, especially in the last 3 games. When you kind of understand the mindset of what a quarterback is pressing or is something going on as far as the confidence level is being down, I think Mike will better explain it to you coming from a quarterback mind is once you start losing confidence, you tend to kind of lean towards trying to force things to a particular person that you're comfortable with. Now, Juan is talking about we're just gonna go just for this past game on Sunday. Kirk Cousins had 39 pass attempts. 16 of those went to Drake London. Everybody, so think about that. 39 minus 16, that means there's 23 other pass attempts. Everybody else was six targets or less.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been seeing this pattern going on for the last couple games where he tend to lock in on one person because he's lost confidence. The very same thing everybody blame Matt Ryan for doing with Julio Jones for 14 years, but we're kind of seeing this live. And what it's doing is it's kind of hindered the passing game just a tad bit. And I'm only saying a tad bit because I'm gonna let my brothers over here reiterate or add on to what I'm speaking on. But yeah, he's showing a pattern of pressing right now, and that's why I'm constantly going to be asking the question all week: is the Michael Penix noise is it starting to affect him in his mindset to where he's trying to force things to happen?
Mm-hmm. Mike, what you got, man? What's your thoughts on this? Because I know you've been talking about this quite a bit in the last 48 hours.
All right, so I'm gonna put my quarterback. Put my cleats on, my shoulder pads, and I'm gonna step on the field as myself as a quarterback. Me, I was a mobile quarterback. I can move around. I was very good with the timing, with the deep ball, and those out routes. That was my strength. So for me, I know that I could get to the edge. If somebody come out after me as a quarterback, I knew I could get to the edge. So it did the last thing from a quarterback that I wanted to get trapped in the middle. Because to be honest, as a guy that can move in the pocket, I don't like getting hit. All right, no mobile quarterback likes to get hit. No matter how. That's why they running. That's why they mobile quarterbacks. They don't like getting hit. All right, so from a mobile quarterback standpoint, I'm trying not to get hit. I'm trying to get to the edge because I know that's me. For me, that's my safe haven. Because if I can get to that, I can pump fake. I can pull all the tricks of the trade when I'm outside that box. Pump fake, make somebody miss, which I was very good at. And that's how I'm protecting myself. So when you talk about a quarterback and Kirk Cousins, he's very comfortable getting rid of the ball, and he's very comfortable with standing in the pocket. So for one, if he's standing in the pocket and he constantly and consistently he's just standing there for the most part, he doesn't have that ability, and the pressure is coming right at him. A lot of his passes going to get, they're going to sail high. So I'm saying all this to say this: when you look at Kirk Cousins, he's reverting back to what he's comfortable with. He's comfortable with when all else fails in Minnesota because this is Minnesota, all right. This is Minnesota Kirk Cousins that we dealing with. When all else fails, he's comfortable getting the ball to Justin Jefferson. That's it. That's why you're seeing the discrepancy in targets. All right, 16 targets. This has been a habit for the last 3 games or so where he just get fixated on one particular, and it's not just a Drake London. This is a recurring thing. When he gets comfortable, he reverts back to what in his head. He's reverting right back. Hey, I got to get all to Justin Jefferson. Every time I'm in trouble, I got to get it to my wide receiver. I got to get it. So that's what he's reverting back to. So, like for me, like I said, me as a mobile quarterback, we see that with guys like Vic, Lamar Jackson. They count on their legs when they uncomfortable. So that goes back to what K-Style and Warren have been saying all day is that he's reverting back to what he's comfortable with, and that is getting that ball to one guy. That's what they taught in Minnesota. They didn't. If you look at a lot of their the targets and the guys that he threw the ball to, it was all receivers. When he finally got a tight end, he did it, but he got the ball to his wide receivers. So that's his escape. He didn't get the ball to Cook and those guys like that. He got it to his wide receivers. So this is what he is still, and that's why I always say you got to give guys more than a year to kind of find themselves as a quarterback, because he's never played with these guys before. I told you it was going to take time for the Atlanta Falcons offense to kind of find their way, In about 5 games, you'll see the real Kirk Cousins stand up, and you did. So right now, he got to break those habits, and it's something that Warren talked about earlier in in our conversations, that he's reverting back to what he's comfortable with, and that comfortability, like in his head, if this guy's on, if Mooney is it, I got to get the ball to Mooney. If Drake isn't, like it's almost, I don't know how you explain it, but it's almost like it's like the last taste. You know what I'm saying? Like I last taste, some orange juice, or I last had some, some tacos or some wings or something. And it's like you haven't had, once you had a wing, it's like you thinking about having some more, especially if they good. You thinking about, look, as soon as I'm good, I got something left. If I got some more wings left, hey, look, I'm full right now, but I'm gonna go back and get it. And see, that's his mindset right now. He had success with Drake Leonard all game, so he just forgot to get a ball to everybody. Like he totally abandoned Bijan Robinson, and Bijan Robinson was killing him all game.
You know what, Mike? I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna say it like this: you never forget, those of you that had a wonderful first. You never forget your first time. It's like the drug high you cannot get back. And the problem with Kirk is the 509 game. That was Kirk O'Chains. That was Atlanta Falcons Kirk Cousins. What we saw in these past games was Minnesota Kirk Cousins pre-injury. Because if you look at most of the games in Minnesota, Justin Jefferson, like Mike said, was his go-to. And I know every quarterback's going to have their go-to. That's normal in the sport, because you're going to have more chemistry with one player quicker than the others. But if you look at that 509 game, he hit everybody on the offensive weapon list. Everybody touched the ball. And you see the way he played. The fact is, he's looking, and I mentioned this to the guys. He's looking not so much listening to them saying they want Penix on the field. He watched how Penix handled himself in that Broncos game. Go back and look at the highlights. When they put Penix on the field, the first thing Penix did that most rookies don't do, he rallied the troops. He got the offense together and said, listen, bro, I know we ain't going to win this game, but we getting paid. We professionals. We need to play like we still got a chance to win. Let's go out here and play ball. And if you notice, that the offense looked a whole lot different. Why? Number one, Penix ain't got nothing to lose. Number two, he's not afraid to fail. And this is what scares Kirk, because he has a rookie behind him that's not scared to fail. And Terrence Mathis, the great Terrence Mathis, taught all of us, the minute you come into a game plan not to make a mistake, that's when you make a mistake. And that's what we're looking at. Because there's no way in the world you should be 13 years in the league, going on 14, and not see a 7-man blitz. That should have been, that right there should have been an audible. You should have been like, no, I see what they're getting ready to do. We got to get the ball out quick. There's no way he should have had those interceptions. And that one interception, like you said, changed the whole landscape of this game. Because think about it. We weren't losing. We weren't down 2 or 3 scores. We was winning easily. They were giving us the game. And when you play scared, you throw off the rhythm of the offense. Now,
Ding.
Appreciate you. He said we got to use Kyle Pitts. Why draft him if not? I'm glad you said that. Mike was on the show, and shout out to Smitty Sports Machine. You know what I'm saying? Great show. I'll take a look at it, man. Hats off to you guys and whatnot. Mike was on there today, and they were talking about Kyle Pitts, and then there happened to be some footage up on YouTube. Y'all can go look it up of Kyle Pitts' route. That route right there, I had to look at it from 2 perspectives. One, yes, he did cut his route off to keep from running into the man. But also, 2, you got to look at his mannerisms on the field. Kyle Pitts knew, like everybody else, that Kirk was shook. The thing about a quarterback, and Mike can tell you, if you're a leader of men, your offensive weapons know when you're not having a good game. Your body mechanics tell it. That Kyle Pitts movement right there, that's frustration. Like, bruh, he ain't on his game because they're used to seeing you do more with less
Ding 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 ding
time.
ding 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 ding.
Let me get
Ding.
to this $5. Appreciate you, Terry Lloyd. What's going on? He said, "Has Kirk hit a wall?" Okay. Like I said, internet kind of acting funny. I'm gonna ask it again. Has Kirk Cousins hit a wall like some aging athletes do? I don't think he hit a wall. I think what he's not focused on the game because he's worried about his position. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. In any sport that you play, when stuff is not going your way, you go with whatever is the most comfortable. Like I said, if you're on the basketball court and you can't get into the paint, if your go-to is a three-pointer, you're gonna stay on the perimeter. If you are not a three-point shooter and your game is in the paint and the outside's not working, you're gonna go in for the layup. That StreamYard ain't trying to let me be great. But baseball is the same way. And like Mike said, you even see quarterbacks. Certain quarterbacks, when they see stuff not working, they'll revert to something until they have to learn to break themselves out of it and be like, all right, I'm a professional. I gotta win the game. What was that notion about Kyle Pitts that you were talking about earlier for people that might not have seen the show?
So the thing is, there are a multitude of things when we talk about what the tight end position. I'll kind of simplify it.
What was your take on that on that Kyle Pitts situation that for people that may have not seen the show?
The thing is, I honestly believe that Kyle Pitts, they're not doing everything that they need to get him. It's like, for me, I always say if you spend the first,
the dirt cutter getters.
Do you hear me?
Nah, I hear you fine. I hear you fine.
Yeah. I think one just go out and come back in. As far as I always say with this, when you have a pick, especially a top 5 pick, when you got a top 5 pick, Kerry Fontenot, those guys decided that they was gonna make sure that he was that he's the guy. He's clearly the guy. So if you spend a top 5 pick on the guy and he's not getting the ball, the problem is on you. All right. The problem is that, like, you can't tell me that a guy is getting open. These guys are double teaming Kyle Pitts because he's getting shaded and he's getting double teamed. Okay. The film is out there. He's getting shaded. For those that don't know what shaded means, that means you have a guy on top, you have a guy below him, and sometimes you have, depending on what the coverage is, he'll be on the inside or behind him. So he's being double teamed and he's being game planned against. So when you talk about if Kyle Pitts isn't handling ball, don't tell me that he's not running routes properly, because there's guys in the league, they can only run 1 or 2 routes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real about this, and I love George Pickens. George Pickens is not the greatest route runner, but he's very good at jump balls and going up and get it. If you look at Mike Evans, another one of those guys, he's not a great route runner. He's just very good at going up and go getting it. So I don't want to hear anything about, I don't want to hear nothing else about Kyle Pitts not getting the target. There's no excuse for you as a offensive coordinator. There's no excuse as you as a quarterback to not be getting that ball. Because if I can run a screen to what's the quarter outside of Travis Kelce? What's the other guy in with the Chiefs?
Noah Gray.
Noah Gray. I always say Noah Fun. I don't know why I want to say Noah Fun, but when you got those guys, you got two. You see Andy Reid, he can get the ball to anybody. He can everybody getting the ball over there. He getting the ball to Perrine, who was the backup running back. He got plays in the playbook for the backup running back. He got plays in the playbook for Pacheco. Okay, you got Noah Gray. You got Travis Kelce. You got D Hopkins. Every last one of those guys touched the ball in there. All right, that right there is that right there is a problem when the Kyle Pitts it ain't even targeted. That's a quarterback issue, and that's an offensive coordinator, and most importantly, it's Raheem's fault because he's the guy who's supposed to be helping designing the passing plays. So you're gonna sit up here and tell me that you spent the fourth round pick, a first round and fourth overall pick for a guy you're not even getting the ball to? That right there is an absolute disgrace to the organization. The organization is a disgrace when Kyle Pitts is not touching the ball. I don't want to hear that. That's an excuse to say, all right, Kyle Pitts ain't running the right routes. It's an excuse for them to sit up here and blame him because they can't call plays or be creative to get the ball in the hand. If I can run if I can sit up here and look at Drake London, get an end around, you can find a way to get Kyle Pitts the ball. That's an excuse. So I don't want to hear nothing about nobody talking about, oh, Kyle Pitts is a failure because we can't give him the ball. No, you're the failure you're the failure as an offense if Kyle Pitts isn't touching the ball. Touching the ball. I ain't say how many. I just said you're a failure if he isn't touching the ball or you're not even targeted. You're a failure as an offensive coordinator. You're a failure as a head coach if that guy you spent that much on him. You're a failure if that's happening.
Yeah. There's really no excuse for that, especially on that point right there. Because, like I said, when we kind of looking at the numbers, the tight ends targets within the last 3 games altogether has been less than 10.
Yeah, they're not even trying to give him the tight end the ball. They're not even trying. Charlie want to be out there for decoration.
Not decoration.
Not decoration.
Yeah, I love Charlie. Charlie is a heck of a tight end, but he's out there for decoration. You know he ain't getting the ball. You know what they finna do when he in the game. We gonna most likely run the ball.
And that right there is why we lose a lot of games because all defensive coordinators is gonna do is say, see, when quarterbacks get skittish during the game, defensive coordinators, all they're gonna do, they just tell all the men stay still, don't move. If you're not gonna use all your weapons, defensive coordinators gonna make guys sit on routes. They're gonna make them sit on routes.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
The minute Kirk got that interception, his whole body language changed. All they did was just say, yeah, keep Bijan and Tyler Algier from going to the outside, make them go on the inside. Okay, Kirk, because like Mike said, there's no way in the world Kirk should have been doing 3-step drops, 5-step drops, almost 6-step drops, trying to find a deep ball. And he wasn't throwing it to no tight ends. Come on now.
Let me tell y'all what the drops are about. All right. When you hear him say, when you look at the quarterback, look at their feet and see how many steps they're taking. If it's a 3-step drop, the ball's supposed to get out quick. So every route is supposed to be it's supposed to go in unison with the drops. So basically, if it's a 3-step drop, it's either it's a slant or flat route or a curl route. That's it. Those are the routes that you run when you're doing a 3-step drop. 5-step drop. It's either a lot of times, it's either It's either an out route, a skinny post, a lot of time a skinny post, or what we might call a seam route, or an in route. That's it. All right. When you see him take 5-step drops, and you just look at Kirk Cousins, when you look at his drops, if he taking those 5-step drops, that already telling you that they looking to throw the ball deep. And that's why oftentimes when he taking those 5-step drops, nothing happens. What happens, Juan? You know what happens when he take those deep drops and they're not open?
What it do? What it do, Mike?
Pity pat.
Huh?
Pity pat.
He pity pat, but if he not pity pat, if he not patting the ball, he checked the ball down to Bijan Robinson. So if you see early in the game when Bijan Robinson has 5 and 6 receptions, it's because they're looking deep shot. They're looking for a deep shot first and foremost. So that's why if you look at the 5-step drops and early in the game, he got all those receptions because they were doing those 5-step drops, and guys were getting after him, so he was forced to get the ball out of his hand quickly. So that right there is a huge tell when you talk about what the Atlanta Falcons are focused on. Look how many, if the running back early in the game has like 3, 4 receptions, it's because he's looking to throw the ball deep.
I'm glad you said that, Mike. You just threw me an alley-oop and segue into the next topic right here, which is this: runneth the damneth ball. And I'm glad Mike picked up on that, because all game, what did we see, especially in the beginning of the first quarter? Bijan was killing it. They had no answer for our run game early on. When Bijan was doing 80% of the load, they'll pass it here and there, and then if they need some tough yards, they'll put Tyler in. Or when we saw, when they started getting that Bijan behind the line of scrimmage, what do? We put Tyler in. But for most of the game, we was marching them down the field. We were the first team to score. The Chargers did not score until almost the third quarter? And that was busted coverage. They had field goals the entire game. And K-Styles and I have said this time and time again. Teams like that, when you are physically dominating them, run the ball, run it again until they stop it. You has said it. Mike has said it. Run the damn ball. What are we doing? If you're up 13-10, you don't throw it for 15, 25 yards. You don't need to. Your ears are not pinned back. Why pin them back yourself? They could not stop us. Yet, here we go, getting cute. We got them where we want them. Let's throw it down. Let's throw it downfield and make a highlight for the other team.
Can I give y'all some numbers for tight ends?
Yeah.
Just put this in perspective. Okay, so Brock Bowers in the league, okay? He has 113 targets. You hear me? He's number one for 113 targets, 84 receptions. You have Travis Kelce, 101 targets, 75 receptions. Kyle Pitts, look at this. This is why I say Kyle Pitts isn't as bad as we letting it seem. Take a wild guess how many targets that Kyle Pitts has.
How many?
Yeah, I want the people in the chat. That right there, that's y'all. How many targets did Kyle Pitts have?
I think I know the number, and it's painful.
This is going to put it in perspective of what's actually going on. We got Fred. Fred says 40. Tarvis says 40. John says 65. Nathan says 58. So the number for Kyle Pitts, A1 says 37. The Kyle Pitts, his targets are 54. Brock Bowers, we will never know how good Kyle Pitts truly is if we don't get him the ball.
That part.
You see what I'm saying? He got half the targets of what Brock Bowers has. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we talking about. Washington, they know how to get their ball. They know how to get the ball to their guys. We got Tampa Bay right now with Otten. He got 80 targets on the fucking year.
Mm.
And we're talking about Kyle Pitts. They're not getting this guy the ball. So this is a quarterback issue. This is an offensive coordinator issue. Kyle Pitts, if you're going to draft him at that high position, why he only have 50 targets on a year? He's supposed to be one of the main pieces of that offense, and you're not even getting him the ball. You telling me that Cade Otton, do anybody know who the hell that is? You see what I'm saying? This guy got 80 targets on the year. He got more than Kyle Pitts, and we up here talking about whether or not Kyle Pitts sucks or not. They're not even getting him. They're not even designing plays to get him the ball. Because it's the targets that are a problem to me. If you want Kyle Pitts to be a playmaker, how you going to make plays if you ain't getting him the ball?
Let me get this $2. Appreciate you, Fred, but he said we run the ball first down too much. All right, I'm gonna disagree with you there, and here's why. History has shown us that every time we've come out in the first quarter throwing the ball, unless our offense is already hot, it doesn't end well. Because you have to understand the kind of offense that we have. We have an aggressively built offense. Those guys on the offensive line, while the pass protection is good, that's not their normal mode. Their normal mode is mauling. Their normal mode is mauling. This is why Mike used to do a lot of fussing about, us dropping back, being predictable, passing the ball. You know what I'm saying? You saw the difference when Dahlman was out. But you also saw a lot of our guys got hurt when we had quarterbacks that was doing a bunch of dropbacks. They're used to going forward. They don't really like going backwards. The problem with the first down run game is you can't be predictable in the run game. There's ways you can switch it up. You can have one look and it'll be something different. But also what Mike is saying too, if you're going to pass, you have to get it to your playmakers. Now, Mike, I noticed something. I noticed something, and I want to know if K Styles can jump on this with me. When Penix is in the game, Penix ain't scared to throw it to Kyle Pitts. In fact, he looks to throw it to Kyle Pitts. Now, please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Those short amount of times he's been in the game, pay very close attention to who he throws the ball to. Now, K Styles, what's your take on that?
Well, I know with Penix, I'll say it like this. Like you said, the times that we've seen him play in the game, we haven't really seen a lot of him. Can't say necessarily he's throwing the Pitts a lot. The thing with Penix is, as we already know from his scouting report, is he's pretty much one of those guys that want to get the ball out quick. So he's going to throw it to whoever's the open guy. Like you said, they're just going to continue just to ask the question. is, and I'm gonna say it again because I know y'all about tired of me asking this question for the last 2 days. Michael Penix's presence is it becoming a problem for Kurt to where Kurt is trying to do too damn much? Because there's a lot of things going on in practice right now to where a lot of people got a lot of confidence in. Going back to that Denver Bronco game that you was talking about, the first thing and you pointed this out, the first thing we saw with Michael Penix was before he got on the field, he was rallying the troops.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already trying to establish himself as a leader in that locker room.
Mm-hmm. And that is what's going to make him a dangerous rookie, because he's already seeing what not to do. He's already seeing how not to handle situations when they don't go your way.
Mm-hmm.
If that young man can stay calm when the game gets out of hand, that's that problem that people in the NFL they're not going to be ready for. See, for Kirk is no excuse. You can lean on being a veteran. There's no excuse. You should be able to calm yourself down and be like, all right, let's just win the game. Even if you got to somehow dumb it down. There's no reason why you should be getting all having anxiety on the field trying to win a game. That's crazy.
So let me ask you this question. Is that the reason why we got the title today of Falcons in Purgatory? Because because now you got this story going on right now, and it's kind of put the Falcons in a crossroad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We put ourselves here, not these other teams. There's only been one game we got blown out, but all of these other games we put ourselves here. Because if you look at it, we can't blame the defense. The defense actually stepped up.
Defense did their job.
And this is getting into the next topic right here, because I'm definitely gonna be on his head about this, because, bruh, it's almost like, and I said this to Mike and them, and y'all tell me in the chat what y'all think. It's almost like Raheem said, okay, I hear you talking about the defense. I hear you saying that I keep doing the same shit different day. Okay, well, guess what? I'm gonna allow Jimmy Lake to do what he wants to do with the defense. And the defense started playing. But it's like, well, as far as offense, they on their own. We got Kirk good. And that's why the title is Raheem is too lax as a head coach. Because in my opinion, how do you make adjustments on defense to make the defense more aggressive, and then you just let Kirk out there he running around the field with toilet paper stuck to his butt? He out there playing like radio. He should be dinking and dunking, and he reversing, coach. He's reversing. I mean, Mike, give me your take on this.
Well, he's like, he can go to hell with this. Trying to not, he can absolutely go to hell when he's standing on the sideline with no expression, like he fucking Bill Belichick. Bitch, you ain't Bill Belichick, okay? You ain't won shit to be sitting up here talking about I'm gonna be stoic and not have no feelings about anything, cool, calm, and collected. Man, if you don't suck my motherfucking big toe with that bullshit, you ain't won a damn. They're talking about some fucking I'm gonna be cool, calm, and collected. You saying that with your fucking arm folded when the motherfucker out here throwing 4 interceptions. You stupid motherfucker. That shit is dumb. My quarterback done threw 4 interceptions and 1 terrible. He's standing there with a dumbass look on his face with his arms folded. Like he ain't got he ain't thinking, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't pulling up a play sheet. He ain't going to the sideline and say, hey, bro, give me a pre-game speech, a mid-game speech, or something. He's standing on the fucking sideline with his arms folded with your stupid ass, and then you get on the fucking podium and want to run and try to act like a fucking tough guy on the fucking podium. You want to act like you want to act tough when you're on the damn podium, but when you're on the field, you want to stand there with your fucking fold with your arms folded and shit. Get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. I don't want to hear that fucking nonsense talking about we're gonna be resilient, we're gonna be cool, calm, and collected through every situation. And then you want to, when motherfucker asks you a question about the quarterback position, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna do this all week. So like a bitch. No, we need you to be in the moment. Whatever that moment is, we need you to be tough. We need you to be lax. We need you to be whatever that moment calls. All that nonsense you talking about, I'm gonna be like this through all thick and thin. And look, this ain't no damn wedding, okay? The death do us part. I'm gonna just be like this. No, the hell with that. If I need you to smack a bitch, I need you to smack a bitch. I need you to sit up here and send a hitman out, a hitman on the defense side of the ball because they gave your quarterback a cheap shot. I need you to do that. I need you to be Bobby Cox and cuss a motherfucker out when they hit Ronald Acuna in the head with a baseball. I need you to be able to do that. Be in the moment. You can save that stoic shit for your mama, your great grandmama. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. I need you to
So hold on, Mike. Wait a minute. You just said something there.
Yeah, you did.
So are you saying that right now Raheem Morris is acting like Snicker?
He is. Yes.
Going to the chapel.
That's why I say it, K-Town. You know how I feel about that son of a gun.
So, Mike, what you trying to say is he's going to the chapel and he's going to get mad.
He done hit like 5 times in one game, and he just sat there looking stupid. You gonna play the game the right way, motherfucker? How you gonna play the game the right way when the baseball don't went upside your best player head? He could have a damn concussion. You sitting up here, we gonna play the game the right way. You think Ronald Acuna want to hear? You think when he done got hit upside the head with a damn baseball, you think he want to hear you talk about if we gonna play the game the right way? Man, if you don't get out of my face with that nonsense.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. I'm gonna ask this question. Are we feeling this very same way if the team didn't have the expectations of going far?
Yes,
you think we're feeling the same way?
Yes and no, because here's what you don't do as a head coach. Same thing with Arthur Smith. For all y'all Arthurites out there, you don't come in first day addressing the team as to what they're going to be, what the identity is, and what we're going to do, and then get on social media and regular media and tell everybody, hey, guess what? We're going to outrun the South, and then, we're going to get to the playoffs. And then if we get into the playoffs, it's anything can happen. Here's what you just told the fans. You and the team are ready to win. The front office said, we ready to win now. They hired you. You came in with a nice suit on and took all your little glamour shots and said, we're ready to win now. And then Matt Ryan came in and told the guys, hey, this is what it's like to win, to get in the Super Bowl and blah, 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 blah. You come right behind him. Yep. Outrun the South, and then we're going to go to the playoffs. Well, if I'm in the car with you, how the hell are we going backwards? How are we going backwards? I'm not looking out the front window going backwards. We're going backwards. You done completely turned around and drove the car backwards. I don't know about the playoffs on here. It's a little warm over there. Playoffs. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Yeah. Take your head out your ass and be a man, like I said on the other show, and stand up in it. Stand up in it. You want the playoffs? Stand on up in it.
I'm right
there. Stand in it.
Sonya, I'm right there. That son of a gun. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh. Yeah, look, they can have 19 knots on their head from getting hit in baseball, and he wouldn't give a flying, you know what?
Look. Well, we ain't gonna talk about Snicker. Snicker be talking about, oh, he got hit in the face. Walk it off. It'll be fine. Give some Tylenol.
Because and this is another reason why I'm kind of going with y'all as far as the purgatory talking point is because it's the starting off controlling our own destiny part.
Yes.
Mhm.
But then like you said, we got the team, Raheem, Kirk Cousins got too relaxed and thinking everything was on cruise control from here.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, and this is where a lot of people are looking at Raheem Morris right now, because the way that this season is playing out now is almost going to be reminiscent of that 2015 season.
Bruh. Yeah. Southside here said it right. Raheem was fine on the driving test until he seen the freeway and immediately hit reverse. Yeah. And almost blew up the rear end. Yeah, he slammed it in the reverse. He didn't even hit the way to slow down. He blew the back tires off the car. Yeah. But K-Style, to your point, the expectation went up because of who we have on the team. Now, you can name me maybe about 3 teams in the NFL right now that has close to as many weapons as we got that's actually still healthy and on the field. Mind you now, what's pissing us off even more is, bro, we had a whole bye week. You had almost 8 days of people talking about you to be pissed enough to be like, when we go on this game, we're going to run over the Chargers. We ain't leaving no thong unscathed. Nothing. No thong unpopped. Nope. We went in there and we bent over. And they told us, stand up, Falcons. We're going to give it to you. And we bent over. No, Falcons, we want y'all to get dope. And we bent over again and again and again and said, sir, may I have some more?
We got Miss K Styles. We got Miss K Styles in here, y'all.
Hey, what's going on? Everybody, y'all waving Miss K Styles. Say hey.
My bad. I ain't mean to put you on the spot. Yes,
but she got a good point. She said the pressure got to Kirk badly, and we all could tell. 4 interceptions, all of them costly. Defense did their parts, kept us in. Absolutely.
We had at least 4 times in that second half to score.
Yeah. Like I said, we was literally watching the game right there, and even she pointed out that he looked like he was pressing.
He was.
Yeah, look.
She pointed that out.
If you look at it, what did Kirk do? If you look at that last interception he made when we were getting ready to score, what did we do? He's like, gosh darn it, I messed up again. No, ain't no gosh darn it, you goofball. You giving the game away. So you tell me you just gonna go in the strip club and just take out? You ain't gonna take out the $1 bill. You gonna give it $1,000 bill? Oops, my bad. I didn't mean I gave you too much. You got you ain't got enough cheeks for $1,000. You just gonna give it away? Just gonna give it away?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they gonna look at everybody else. Oh, my bad. No.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to stand up there on the podium looking like Leave It to Beaver. Gee, Wally, I just messed up. I don't know what happened. I just froze.
Mm-hmm. 15
plays in the second. Oh my God, y'all.
15. Read that comment, one. Because I thought I went to therapy for this thing after yesterday. It is apparently it didn't work.
I had some green tea, not a green tea hiding wall off. He said, If I'm not mistaken, the Chargers didn't cross midfield the whole second half. The TD was yes.
These boys had the ball. The Chargers had the ball for 4 minutes in the second half.
Just think about that, y'all. Just think about this. This is
4
how
minutes.
that is.
Offensively, 4 minutes and 15 plays.
That's how bad that is. Like, I'm not giving. The thing is, I'm not gonna put it 100% on Kurt. It's 10% Raheem Morris because he should have said something to him. Go to the sideline. Look, if I know my quarterback is cool, calm, legs, I'm gonna go over to him for a hot second during the commercial break, and I'm a whisper some sweet nothings. If I gotta do whatever I gotta do to make him comfortable, I gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? You see all the time what Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is getting into it on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? We saw that time and time again, over and over and over again. Bill was not going to let Tom sit up here and mess up a game. It's Tom Brady. They don't won multiple championships together. But when Tom Brady started doing dumb stuff, he's like, Tom, you need to calm down. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Mike.
No. Can I say it in the right way?
Go ahead.
He said, Tom, sit your stupid ass down, calm the fuck down, and let's win this damn game.
Yeah. Because Raheem could have went over there. Hey, Kirk, listen, guy. The Falcons are behind you, man. This is your game to win. We're going to pour in some positivity. We've got some rainbows and butterflies and ice cream cups for you after you get done, man. Just going out there and just play it your way. You should have watched out for that blitz, but just going out there and throw it to everybody and just don't be worried about Penix. He'll be sitting here another 2 years. He should have said that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They won't stand there. Oh, he'll figure it out. Come on, Kirk.
Boy, calm your ass down because you did ass wrong. You hear what we said. We didn't say Tom Brady got benched, okay? Because ain't nobody on that damn roster and the Patriots is gonna take his.
When I said sit your stupid ass down, that means while the defense is down, calm the fuck down. Get your ass back in the game.
Right.
Down, bro. Like we need you to think right now. We're not saying like who the hell gonna Matt Castle gonna replace Tom Brady? Like, come on, bro. Like that's not what we said. Okay, that's not what we said at all. Mm-hmm. We need to be able to look when I know somebody is upset and I know they're not feeling themselves. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it in their demeanor. You can see just how they speak and how they talk. You know when they're not feeling it. Me as a leader, me as a head coach, you go to him, hey, bro, I know you're not going, you're not like I've done this myself. Warn them know when I'm on one and I'm not feeling myself. It's like, nah, you just need we're taking over, and we say, no, you're sitting down, you're not doing anything today. They've done that several times, and I've done that. You know that, and that's what a leader is supposed to do. Not when a guy is constantly throwing interception, lollipopping the ball, like in the middle of it's 3 or 4 Charger players around Mooney, and he still threw the ball. And he just didn't throw the ball hard. He threw it up in the air like he throwing the fucking lob to Clint Capella or some shit.
Mike, he threw that ball.
You know what that throw remind me of?
What?
Remember the Commanders game last year when Ritter threw that lollipop in the back of the end zone?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know what I call that? That is the Kyle Pitts lollipop. You threw that ball like Kyle Pitts was standing in the end zone, and we were up 28-0, and he just. That's what you did. You had a flashback to when Kyle Pitts was standing in the end zone by his damn self, and you threw the ball up, but Kyle Pitts wasn't out there.
So let me get to the second part of this. How do you know he didn't do that? I don't give a damn if he did it or if he not. Okay? Let me say this. The game plan has to change. Mm-hmm. So if he did it, why are you continuously letting him throw the ball deep? Change the game plan, get the ball out of his hands, and let it be a Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier game until he calmed the hell down. The game plan never changed. Okay, so it's two. This is a two-part question. There's a two-part. It's more than one way to skin a cat, and they did not skin the cat this time. They let the cat burn in front of the whole world.
Mm-hmm. And you took the words right out of my mouth, because what Ross should have been like, hey man, even if you had to call a timeout, hey, y'all come to the sideline. Hey, Zach, right now, Kirk ain't feeling it. Kirk, settle down, cool down. Everything gonna be cool. What we gonna do right now for the next couple plays, we're gonna run some run plays. Zach, I need you to get some run plays on this shit.
I see. He's sitting up here trying to blame the loss on Zach Robinson and Kurt. He don't want to put the blame. See, some of y'all Negroes. Okay, I'm gonna just be honest. Some of y'all Negroes that just don't want to be down on another black man. Okay,
he screwed up. He screwed up.
We can't, because we like him and we want a black man to succeed. We can't just not say, all right, it's everybody else's fault. All right, even if let's say Koo wasn't healthy, who the one who put him on the active roster? Who put him on the active roster? We know he was hurt and he was screwing up. Why we put him on the active roster? Okay, if a quarterback is struggling and you see him throwing interception after interception after interception, and these are atrocious interceptions. Why aren't you in your headset telling your offensive coordinator, hey bro, run this damn ball. Stop throwing this shit deep until this man until he gets into a rhythm. We're gonna run that ball and calm him down. That be it. So these are things that like we can sit up here and have a ton of excuses, but when we know something he's talking to him, it's all about the actions. And we didn't see anything change in that offense when Kirk Cousins was struggling. Let's be real. Stop. Y'all only saying this because you like Raheem and you don't want to put the blame on it.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. The head coach, at the end of the day, whether Zach's calling plays or Kirk has the ability to audible out, he wasn't doing that. So that's when the head coach got to step in and be like, all right, this is what we're going to do right now to keep the lead. We got to do that, because at the end of the day, he's the head dude. He's the head coach for a reason. He's going to take the blame. Why? Because technically, he could have prevented this loss.
This man up here talking about a kicker. Just take this for a second. All right, take this into consideration. I want everybody to see how crazy this sounds. How many times do you see a kicker in a game reasonably? You're talking about how many opportunities that you see him kick the ball?
Maybe 2 to 3 times a game, if that. Depending on how many scores they put up.
So basically, it's about, we're just gonna be the extreme. We're gonna say the extreme. 10 opportunities to kick field goals. Okay, 10 opportunities out of how many possessions of the game? 100 possessions, close to 100 possessions. Both teams 120. Just to say that. So it's about 85 or so.
Mm-hmm.
About 75, 65 each team. Are we talking about possessions? So we talking about a kicker that's going to see the ball at the extreme time 10 times a game, and we're putting the blame on a kicker. Okay, he's not even on the field that much, but we saying we lost the game because of a kicker.
But you know that. So I got a question. If you're saying that Koo is one of the biggest factors of us losing this game, then you're telling me that we don't have a competent offense enough to win games and score. That I'm saying, if you telling me that one of the biggest factors is Koo missing these field goals, then you're telling me that this offense ain't competent enough to win games on scoring alone. Because if that's the case, if we had not had that interception, that's what would have happened. We would have won the game based off of us scoring and having a field goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is that's like taking that touchdown away from Bijan and saying, okay, well, even though we scored, Koo's kicking is more important than you scoring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Y'all got to be careful. Y'all got to be careful. I mean, yes, he was instrumental in the loss. Yes. But also, y'all got to understand, and Mike been saying it too, Cool's got an injury, which goes back to the head coach, because if the head coach knows that the kicker has an injury, it's your job to put another guy in his place.
All right.
That's not being prepared.
Yards. We're talking about total yards for this team. Hold on. So we look at total yards.
Total yards. This team had 360 some total yards to
So
LA's 187.
Okay, so 187. Okay. So how are we gonna blame Zach Robinson and he put up the numbers? They outgained the Chargers. So why are we blaming him? What are we blaming him for? He wasn't the one throwing interceptions. What's the point? You didn't like the plays that he. How is this Zach Robinson? You don't think he's telling his quarterback not to throw an interception? You think he calling plays so he can throw interceptions? Well, what we saying is not making any sense. This is what we talk about emotional. Two guys right there on this. This defense had 5 sacks on the game. 5 sacks on the game. So that means they had less opportunities to even they had more opportunities offensively to even get the ball. You got 5 sacks like that. So what we're literally up here having a conversation about an offensive coordinator, and we talking about a kicker. A damn kicker. I'll take that emotional. Yeah, absolutely, I'll take it. But that don't matter. That what you saying is still stupid as hell. We blaming a kicker that ain't even on the field.
Here's the deal. If you blame Koo, and like you said, y'all want to blame Koo and Kirk, then guess what? Kirk should have had a flawless game. And I'm gonna be extreme. Here's why. How many times were we in the red zone and didn't score?
That right there.
How many times did we get in the red zone? How many 3rd and 1s did we have that we should have had first down to push the ball down the field? How many times did we have opportunities to score? And we didn't. You see what I'm saying? So if you go into the game leaning on your kicker, you're going into the game hoping to lose.
You already lost. This right here. This is another reason why this is on the coach itself. It said there's other players on the team that are healthy that can kick. But sidebar, when they put the injury report for Koo, it said it was a hip injury. So again, this points right back at the head coach because he sets the 53. So why are you putting the guy? If he knew he had that health issue, why is he even on there?
And they just brought.
Hold on. Let me get this one. A1 says Kirk put the ball on Mooney. First drive, Koo wouldn't even been kicking. We missed touchdown opportunity yesterday. So these are real situations we talking about.
Right. Now, to back up what Mike said, earlier before the game, we had just signed a guy to the team that was a kicker. Where was he? Where was he?
He actually, we signed him. He's on the team.
Where was he? That's why I say
he was inactive. He was inactive.
Right.
Because you can't you not gonna have 2 kickers active on the roster.
That's true.
On average.
That's true. But knowing that here's my thing, knowing that one kicker is hurt, Koo should have sat down anyway.
How many people that you heard was at the game that said Koo was limping the game? He was limping.
A lot of people told me that.
A lot of people told us this. Again, that goes right back to the coaching. Why do you have a guy that's obviously limping? You see what I'm saying? It's like, why you got him playing? Why you got him kicking and he's limping? It's a noticeable limp. People are at the game and they're saying this. Right. We got analysts saying he was limping there. What are we talking about?
Now, yes, if we'd have put Riley in and Riley would have been terrible, okay, fine. Riley kicking whatever he knew on the team or whatever the case may be, that's fine. But when you are a head coach, you don't have plan A and plan A minus. You got to have plan A and plan B. And you go into any game like that, especially when you're trying to stay ahead of people that's catching up to you. Because in the end of the season, people don't get worse, they get better. The ones that's trying to get to the playoff, they getting better. You see people scrambling in the NFC South, even though we out front, that does not mean we can't be overtaken. So you got to go into each game with a plan A and plan B, because shit will happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not being prepared. This is the third game we are not prepared. And I hate to say it, but you cannot go into the playoffs with this kind of mindset, because guess what? It ain't going to be no light switch right now that's just going to click and say, okay, everybody, we're in the playoffs now. We can play like a real team. That's not how that works.
If I got to worry about my kicker kicking 3 field goals, I already lost.
You got to think, but here's the other thing we got to think about too. And we said it. 2 of those interceptions were right around the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
You just get two field goals on those instead of throwing interceptions. If you have a 3 and out and you right there, you get 2 field goals and the game is won.
Because you got to remember, Koo missed that first field goal, but he made his next 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shoot, if you get them 2, you get them 2, 3 and 1s. Yeah, you damn right you win the game. Because guess what? Those could have been scoring drives. But you want to play Tetris on the 30-yard line.
But this is where the main focus that I always say. All 3 phases have to work well together for these teams to win football games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Koo missed the first field goal of the game. Yeah, that was some messed up stuff. He made his next 2 field goal attempts.
Mm-hmm.
You had 2 interceptions in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
Around the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
You had a defense who didn't allow the opposing offense past the 50-yard line in the entire second half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also, we're going to... Oh, go ahead, K-Styles, because we're going to get to the next topic.
I'm about to say, I don't think we've seen Bradley Pinion that much in the entire game neither.
We didn't. We didn't.
No.
I think he had like 2 punts, is that? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Let me give you a disparaging number too. And then, like you said, the thing about it is you could say, is Zach Robinson and stuff too. But this is the same thing we said about Dan Quinn in that Super Bowl. As the head coach, you are the overseer.
Mm-hmm.
You're the overseer. You are the overseer. If you see a lot of things ain't working, you have the power to overturn them.
Right.
And here's another number Mike didn't even tell anybody else about. The Atlanta Falcons offense had 77 plays total. Do y'all know how many plays that the Chargers had offensively in total?
How many?
I'm gonna see if the people
I'll say about
people here will guess.
35. I'm less than 40.
44.
Oh wow.
In a 60-minute game, their offense was on the field for 44 plays.
You know what that tells me? That tells me that the Chargers walked into Atlanta, into the bins, and they were not ready to play us. And what did we do? We let them come in and put their feet all on the Thanksgiving turkey.
Mm-hmm. So regardless on, we could put all the blame on one person, put the blame on somebody else, and all that jazz. The whole team failed Sunday.
Pretty much.
And where we at right now at the Falcons is you're in a do or die situation now because you got the same record as Tampa Bay right now. The only reason why they got the tiebreaker in their first is because they swept Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So now we don't really we still have a slight control of our destiny, but we got to get back on point. And Minnesota right now is a very tricky game to try to get back on point like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can they do it?
And I'm gonna say something else because I love tactics. I need y'all to pay very close attention.
Mhm.
You don't think if you think Kirk seeing ghosts now, what you gonna do when he about to face his former team?
Oh,
So
they gonna want to hurt him.
Thank you.
Some bad blood still there. Believe that.
They gonna
wow.
look. You think JJ wanted to have to adjust? No. Kirk gonna need some Dramamine or some he gonna need some Boone's Farm or something. Because they gonna try to get at him. They gonna try to make an example out of him. But let's get to this last topic. Oh
Lord, what you got in store here?
Oh my God.
Lamarus is not elite. What? Lamarus is not elite. What?
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, I thought we was. You know what? All right, go ahead, Juan. I thought we were done
Well,
with these.
I've seen all of the smut slinging. I've seen all of the thong popping. I've seen all of the back and forth and this, that, and the other. So I got a question for all the Lamarus stands and diddlers out there. Yes, and I called y'all diddlers. What happened? What happened? Because if you seen the game, Mike, tell me, did that look like elite to you? And to put the nail in the coffin, even the announcers admitted on national TV that Derrick Henry is the reason why they are where they are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can take your purple Lamarus thongs with the pink ruffles. You can take the nappy braided wigs, and you can just do pom-pom dances, and he still ain't elite.
Oh shit.
You can wear the purple Ravens tutus with the little corsets. He still ain't elite.
Oh boy.
How many times are you going to get bent over the table in front of the family for you to understand he's not elite? I'm just saying, because I've been watching the foolishness all week. Like y'all came at OG and Mike like they had took y'all mama's money and ran away with it.
Not your mammy.
There we go. There we see. This is what I'm talking about. Popping. Come on in and sit down and pop your purple thong and put your pink boots up on the table. He ain't elite. And you're not gonna convince nobody that he's elite.
This man mama done cussed him out. This man mama done cussed him out. Look how bad this is how bad this situation is with Lamar. The running backs had more receptions than the wide receivers did in that game. I don't know how many games. It's back-to-back games where the wide receivers done had less than 7 receptions in a game. that why the hell you look? Just have a team full of running backs and tight ends at this point.
The announcers said it plainly on TV. Derrick Henry got almost 1,300 yards on the season, and they admitted he is the reason why Lamar is doing what he's doing. Not the other way around. Bro, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna put down that purple powder. Y'all gonna put down that purple powder.
What you saying? They D12ing it up.
Bruh. Blue and yellow purple pills. Yeah.
Blue and yellow, purple
pills. I mean.
Now,
go ahead, kid.
Now, when we're talking about this, I want to start this off right. And I want to ask everybody a question that's watching this right now. What are your qualifications of what an elite quarterback looks like or plays like? Because the thing is, when we're talking about this subject like this, it's always going to be subjective based on who you're talking to. This is one of the reasons why I don't like GOAT conversations in any sports.
Right.
Because everybody's GOAT is going to differentiate based on who they like or based on who you resonate with.
That's true.
So that's why I said when you're having the conversation with, like you said, we're not just going to just throw Lamar Jackson into this. We're just going to say in total, what is your idea of an elite quarterback? Because I have a second grade education and I don't know anything about football. I just started watching football 2 days ago, so I have no idea.
I mean, I've been in the back of the class clacking erasers together for the last 2.5 hours. So I got chalk dust in my face. So I don't know either.
We know you always in trouble.
This motherfucker here, boy. That's all I gotta say. This motherfucker here. That's all I gotta say.
Mike been in the principal's office, so he ain't even heard the question.
Look, the principal got a leash on my neck. I can't get more.
Hey, wait, did she at least give you some Hennessy first? Did she at least give you some Hennessy?
That's why I got a leash on my neck, because the Hennessy.
Mike, I ain't told you to leave that purple Hennessy alone. You know it ain't good for your liver.
I wish y'all stop. Like, see, y'all so full of shit. Y'all full of shit. Y'all try to act like y'all don't know what elite means. Now you want to ask questions. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody know what elite means. Y'all so full of shit. We know.
What are they saying?
Talking about I'm trying to figure out what elite mean, quarterback rate and all that. Shut the fuck up. Y'all know exactly what everybody knows.
Like I said, I'm asking the question like based on how y'all feel.
They don't want to answer the question.
Like I said, based on how y'all feel. And like I said, we're having the conversation here. This is not about a right or wrong answer. This is a conversation.
Everybody want to act like they don't know nothing now. They don't know nothing about nothing now. I don't know what elite means. Y'all know what the hell elite means.
I got a better question. What numbers determine a quarterback? Rushing yards or passing yards?
I mean, that's what I'm talking about, Ron. We know.
Yeah. See, that wasn't because now, see what I did was I took the backhand out of the question. See, Mike backhand the joke.
You gonna ask return? I did what I'm talking about. What does it mean? We ask you what it mean, you damn numbskull. What the hell you gonna return? We ask you a question, what elite means to you, and then you, hey, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, Stevie Wonder knows what Christmas means to him. I mean, you should be able to know what quarterback means to you.
I know. Look, I know what Maria Taylor means to me. Okay, that's my baby. We getting married one of these days. Okay. Me and Maria Taylor gonna get married, okay? You see how easy that is? That's what Maria Taylor means to me, okay? That look, I know what the Undertaker means to me. The Undertaker is the GOAT in my. You see how easy this is? When we ask you a question, it's simple. It's not trigonometry, okay? We're not speaking in Spangalanglish, okay? At all.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I know what a 15-ounce T-bone steak means to me. Yummy.
Okay. All right. So let's ease him into it, Mike. Let's ease him into it, Mike.
Oh no,
Mike, why? What is your idea of an elite quarterback? What are the qualifications for that?
Okay. Well, my interpretation of an elite quarterback doesn't matter what color he is. You know, he's a leader in the locker room. You know, he's good with the coaches. He has a great arm. You know, he goes through his progressions expeditiously. You know, he knows how to rally the team. He can read defenses very well. You know, he's got that QB IQ that out there, like, you know, he wears his uniform quite well. You know, it's fitting. You know, he uses a Pert Plus. You curl combs his hair. Let's see. He stays calm when the game is on the line. He can elevate his playmakers. Even the water boy, he elevates the water boy to get out on the field quickly. I mean, you know, and he's consistent. You know, he's consistent. You know, he gets yardage. You know, doesn't matter what game it is. You know, that's what I think. You know. You know,
what the hell quarterback? But what, like QBR? What the hell that mean? You
quarterback passer rating, passer rating, QBR, and playmaker skills.
What the hell that mean? You do realize you can be 15 to 20 and have a high quarterback rating. You do realize that, right?
But
it's a cheap way out. It's a cheap way out. I like what Blackberry said, right? This is what I'm talking about. It's based on stats, comeback wins, elite player. Yes, Lamar is an elite player because of his run ability. The passing skills come a long way, but a little more lately. That right there, that's exactly what we're talking about. This is how we talking about. You can't just say, all right, elite playmaking skills, because somebody being the best kicker in the world, that's a skill.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean you're the best. That doesn't mean you're the best kicker in the world. You just one of the best. Okay. Right. If you're talking about elite, the elite quarterback have to have all of those. We got to have playmaking skills to be able to put up a lot of numbers. Because quarterbacks, we got plenty of quarterbacks that don't put up a lot of numbers, but are they? Because look for instance, look at Jameis Winston. That man damn near throw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 30 interceptions. Is that elite? You see what I'm saying? You see how that is? All it goes into, we talk about elite status. We're talking about the ability to have comeback wins, to get your team out in to early leads when you need the quarterback to be a quarterback and make that play and rally the troops, like he said, and take all that blame when it's time, and be the leader, to be able to lead the film room, be able to talk to the coach and say, hey, look, we're not doing this right now. We're not good at this, and do this. Like, then we talk about elite. Okay, it's not, y'all know what it is. We know exactly what it's more to do with the ability to do things that other guys can't do. Okay, we've seen guys run in circles like that before. He ain't the first quarterback to be able to run in circles like that and lead the league in rushing for a quarterback. That's not something that's synonymous to just him. We got guys like Tom Brady, Drew Brees. These guys are able to do things year after year after year. I think Drew Brees had like 4-5 straight years of 5,000 yards passing. That right there is elite, because ain't nobody doing that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying?
But the crazy thing is, he had 3 straight years of 5,000, and he never won the MVP.
Right. And y'all, wait. Let me go back. First of all, I know this conversation didn't hit some people hard. Y'all got Mike up here talking about Reverend 3030.
Yep. No, that's not the experts say the same thing. So just shut up. All right, shut up.
Because you got to think about it. If that's the case, if that wasn't the case, then there would be no way to tell who should go into the Hall of Fame because
right. That's the experts say. The experts. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What name one expert that haven't said that? Like, what are we talking about? Like, look, at some point, it's not okay to be stupid. Okay, it's not okay to be stupid. I didn't make up these rules for comeback wins. I didn't make up the rules for MVP. I didn't make up the rules for 5,000-yard touchdown. I didn't 5,000-yard year. I didn't make up the rule for quarterbacks throwing for 50 touchdowns like Tom Brady in a year. I didn't make the rules for how we talk about Peyton Manning to be the greatest quarterback of all time when he had like 8-9 years in a row for 4,000 yards passing. I didn't make it. I didn't make this up. The experts, okay, they made this up. See, this is what we're talking about. We know what it is, but because we don't want to be wrong, because we like certain guys, and you don't want to be truthful about liking a guy or liking whomever, you beat around the bush and try to say stuff that y'all know y'all don't really believe.
Look, I've told y'all time and time again, I don't care if he won 12 Super Bowls, got 100,000 yards, 15 MVP, and he didn't went to the Pro Bowl 69 times. I don't like Justina. I will never like Justina. I am proud of it, not liking Justina. But if you or whomever on this panel, or even in the comments section, if y'all like Lamarus, knock yourself out. I can respect the fact that you're going to like the man regardless of what he do and don't do. But don't try to convince us otherwise when the numbers and the games and the videos and all that stuff says otherwise. Now, don't try to convince me. Mm-mm.
What you want? Yeah, we know. I know, baby. I know. That's why I say this is stupid. Yeah. This right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I'm talking about. We know that I didn't come up with this criteria. Okay, the experts did. My thing is when we actually sit down and have conversations about, real football with real football men. All right, the Chuck Smiths, the OJ Santiago's, the Terrence Mathis, all these guys like TJ Pollard, who's been around Chicago media for years. All right, and one of my mentors, he taught me the game. When I sit down and have conversations with these guys, they tell me this is what he's the one who told me what the whole about the whole Hall of Fame criteria and what it takes for all this. So I didn't come up with that. The experts did this. And then we, like I said, we got these fans in here because they like certain guys and they don't want people to know that they got a tattoo on their left butt cheek of Lamar Jackson. So they try to act stupid.
You know what? I tell you what, 330, because you seem to be on one right now, and you seem to know more than we do. So I tell you what, give us some screenshots proving what you're talking about right now, and we'll leave it on. Give us some screenshots of numbers.
We don't know what that means.
Because he telling us to do, put it in writing. What is this? What are we doing? What is it? Court negotiations? Go do your homework. Get the screenshots, black and white. Prove us wrong, and we'll start talking about it.
I can kill that dumbass shit right there.
Hold on. Let me do it.
Why do they say Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time? Why? Why they say Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time?
Because Tom Brady's done something that no other quarterback has been able to do right now.
He's won six Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So where are we talking about? Like we made this up. They put that criteria there.
Let me ask everybody a question here. This is part 2 of that question. Who are all the elite quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
Woo, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
After that, we go end it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hold up.
Because
Boom, boom. Time's
all right,
up. You should have a 4-page letter.
right. All right, well, all right, Juan, what you see in the chat?
Nothing. Andrew G said no elite QBs in the league right now. Incorrect.
If you don't think,
Now, and the reason why I disagree with Andrew G is because yes, Mahomes is not having a stellar year, but who has done what Mahomes has done thus far in their careers? Nobody. Not one quarterback. Now one quarterback in the league right now has done more than Mahomes.
yeah,
Not one.
he's still answering the question with the dumbest shit. All right, so that man said, "What's the definition of elite?" Elite doesn't mean you're GOAT. Of course it does. That means you're.
Okay, you know what? No. We're not gonna do dirty. Put the purple powder down. Put the purple powder down and back away. No,
Hey,
I can't, bro.
Mike, I want you to do me a favor, Mike. I want you to look up what the term elite means.
Okay, I got you, sir.
Tell me right quick.
Elite definition. The definition of a select group that is superior in terms of ability or qualities to the rest of a group or society. Best. Right? It says best right there. And
Not good.
Terms. Yeah, we're talking about the best. So that's what that means. The best educated, the richest, the most powerful, the best trained. I can keep going on and on. All right. That's what elite means. So when you don't try to act like we don't. Nah, we don't know what elite means. You know what elite means.
And John Sinclair said it here. Yeah, Mahomes, he's the only one. Yes, because in order for you to try to even get in that category, he still has not won a championship, nor has he been in or won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame is a select group of the greatest players of all time. So that right there, you have to have a certain numbers to even be into the Hall of Fame. That means Pro Bowls. Okay, let me tell you what the criteria is. Since you don't seem to know the criteria for the Hall of Fame, you have to have certain quarterbacks have to have the numbers. Okay, you have to have the best of the best, the numbers. You have to have at the very least, all pros. Some have more championships than others. And then you got stuff like comeback wins and all that type of stuff. But it's stats, it's awards that you won, and rings and championships. So those are the categories when we talk about elite.
And please miss me with the MVP conversation because Dan Marino, I'm pretty sure.
That goes into the awards. That goes into the awards.
You got a lot of quarterbacks that are in the Hall of Fame that are MVPs that have not won Super Bowls. That MVP stuff is not the end all be all criteria for the elite quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not.
The elite category is defined by Hall of Fame. So the Hall of Fame status. So if you go do yourself a favor and go read what the qualifications are for being in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is a select group that is elite. All right. You can't have mediocre numbers and go to the Hall of Fame. You can't. You have, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, one of the reasons why Sterling Sharp is not in the Hall of Fame is because he only have I think two All Pros or something like that. But you have to have certain All Pros awards. Now they can go back and change, but from right now they haven't changed it. They have also the Hall of Fame has a board where they decide where those guys can be. You can make an exception to it, And that's what they're doing with Sterling Sharp because of injuries and whatnot. So injuries play a part in those numbers. You total those up, their numbers compared to everybody else. So all this goes into effect. So the criteria in itself is the Hall of Fame. Since you don't even know what elite means, the elite means the Hall of Fame numbers and awards and the criteria for that.
Now, we have said that he's an elite playmaker, but not an elite quarterback. Now, because you got a lot of elite playmakers in the NFL. But when it comes to being quote unquote quarterback, no.
Quarterback rating is not a Hall of Fame. Okay, it's not a Hall of Fame criteria.
It's not. That's why I said go look up everything you need to look up. Put it in black and white, and look, we'll start talking about it.
It only began in the 2000s. Okay, the quarterback rating is something that they just came up with. So that's not a criteria that was always there.
And that changes. That changes depending on who. That changes depending on what source gives it to you.
Right.
Because think about it. There's games where Kirk Cousins his QBR was high, and then he'll lose a game or two, and it'll drop. So that is contingent on the games throughout the season. We talking about consistent statistics. Mike, Kirk got almost over 50,000 passing yards. That's not going to fluctuate game to game.
Mm-mm. Yeah, the Hall of Fame is a criteria. So
but the reality that I'm gonna give my personal thought on this is a lot of times when we start looking at elite, I think there's certain tiers that go with it. Me, like you said, I always look at the elite players as the guys who could put their team on their backs and be the guy that can will a win in the biggest games.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by the biggest games, I'm not talking about regular season. I'm talking about in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mike can attest to this.
Hold on. Wait.
Hold on. I was about to say,
because him and Blackberry seem to have it.
Hold on. We got it. Because we asked John he asked whether Terry Bradshaw was elite. Do you know what Terry Bradshaw's playoff record is, right? Anybody know? Yeah, he 14-5. That goes into what we were talking about. Like he does things in moments that other quarterbacks have.
Let me handle this right quick. For both of y'all
on top of that, at that particular time in the 70s, the passing game wasn't a premium. So if you compare him to where he was at that moment, he was one of the best quarterbacks in his era.
Yeah. But yeah, let me get y'all straight. First of all, I ain't got to backpedal on shit. I said what I said. We said this on other shows, so don't act like you got a mound of earwax in your ears. I said, Mike has said he is an elite playmaker, not a quarterback. Go back and look at the shows. I ain't got to backpedal for nothing. You backpedaling on hearing. I ain't missed not one thing. Don't put words in my mouth. I said what I said. He's an elite playmaker. He's not an elite quarterback. If you take those wider thongs out your ears, you can hear what I said. Y'all ain't gonna be what you not about to do is sit up here and tell me what I said on my show. Put the fucking Hennessy down and listen to what I'm saying.
Hold on. So Mike gonna attest to me on this one. Yeah. Does anybody remember the reputation that Peyton Manning had?
Yeah, that's my GOAT, personally.
I want to ask anybody in the question here in the live. Does anybody remember the said reputation that Peyton Manning had.
He was
Yeah.
one of the
The
most.
same as
He,
Matt Ryan. The same as Matt Ryan at the time. Both of them had the same moniker on them.
yeah, he was one of the most cerebral quarterbacks in the NFL. This man was basically a walking playbook.
Mm-hmm.
But they
Mm-hmm.
said with Matt Ryan until they be able to win a playoff game, both of them was a bust. Both guys had that same man because you remember when the Falcons lost to the Giants, it was like 20-2 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, that's a part of it. But remember, Peyton Manning was always known to be the guy who would do it in the regular season, but couldn't do it in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Because it was a point in time where Peyton Manning had the most playoff losses of any starting quarterback in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Say that again, K Styles. Say that again.
It was a point in time right around. It was right around when he won the first Super Bowl, his first Super Bowl, which was in '07. Peyton Manning's reputation was he was a guy that could do it in the regular season, but couldn't do it in the playoffs. This was before he won the first Super Bowl.
Who does that sound like?
14-13 is his playoff record. So he went to 27 playoff games. He only won 14 of them.
Who does that sound like right now?
Mm.
Who would they put that on right now?
There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players that don't even have that many damn playoff appearances.
Kirk Cousins is one of them. Lamar Jackson is another one.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying? But this man is in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Because he had the stats and the MVP and the awards to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about elite. It's a select group of skills, not one a skill. It's a select group of skills when we talk about elite status.
So when we're talking about this Lamar Jackson thing, and I'm gonna put my spin on this. The only thing that anybody has ever said over here is we expect him to reach the next level in order to in order to see that success from him.
Absolutely.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. We want him to be better to prove naysayers wrong. The problem is we don't look at him as a god. There's a thing. It's certain people that look at him as a god, as a guy that has a bigger deity status than God, than Jesus Christ and God.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell based on the way how people react when the conversation comes along with this.
Mm-hmm.
You put somebody in a God status when you demonize anybody that has even the slightest bit of criticism about them.
That part.
So when we have this Lamar Jackson conversation, this is why I say this is not about Lamar Jackson.
Right.
This is about the people who put him in a deity status that gets mad at anybody because they said they want to see him do better and prove the naysayers wrong. Because I remember specifically when Lamar Jackson came out of college, majority of the draft experts said that he would be better suited as a wide receiver running back than a quarterback. Which I thought was some bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that. Because I've seen some terrible quarterbacks that done got $50 million. I mean, $50 million total. I mean, that guy from Green Bay, Matt Flynn, he got a big contract.
Matt Flynn got a big ass contract and lost his job the very next year. He lost his job the same year he got his big ass contract to Russell Wilson.
But what we gonna do, because I know we coming up on 2 hours, we ain't mean to run over so much, but we wanted to finally get this out the way. But hey, look, y'all gonna get a double dose of the ATL Sports in game. Make sure you guys tune in on Fridays, every Friday evening, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, Mike K. Styles was gracious enough to allow me to, push it over to Monday. Like I said, we hit you guys back on Wednesday with the heavy hitters and Thursday with the 6-man convo. But hey man, look, we done with it. Like K-Style said, after Tuesday, we ain't talking about this no more. All right? We done with it. It's on to the next game. But
look,
make sure you
quarterback. Stop goddamn lying.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Mr. Tactician 78 on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Make sure you subscribe to the 6-Man K and Mad Mike Sports. Like I said, hey man, we just gonna end it. We out of here. We tied. And I'm gonna go ahead and get me, okay, so I'm gonna give me some of that purple Hennessy and see what that's like.
Talk about nothing. I just watch it and I just sit there and look stupid like stop.
It's okay, Mike. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get some of that purple Hennessy and see what that tastes like.
I don't have an opinion about nothing. I just sit there and I'm looking at just
Remember, these are the same folks that said that Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer after winning the Super Bowl in 2021.
You know what? You know what? Case yeah. Let nope. We gone.
We talk. Look. We talk. Look. Hold on.
You got an opinion about our head coach not calling the right thing, but when we start talking about the status of a quarterback, I don't know nothing about nothing. I ain't got no opinion about nothing. Okay.
Let me say it like this. You talked about Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How come nobody ever talks about Matt Stafford having Megatron?
You know what? Yeah. Y'all marinate on that. Y'all marinate on that. Mm-hmm. Class dismissed.
That will go over. That will gonna go over the head. Don't worry about that one.
Yep. Yep.
All right, we gonna end that. We gonna like I said.
Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor.